Hello and welcome to Kaiju Review.
Today we'll be talking about another one of Toho's Kaiju classics.
Rodan. Does this movie still hold up? Let's find out. The American version starts with footage and backstory of nuclear weapon testing, but enough about that.
At a coal mine near Mount Aso, two miners, Goro and another worker, are fighting with each other due to strange tension.
It was a drink. They were fighting over a drink.
You don't know nothing. I have to fight for a drink every Friday night.
Soon after, an engineer, Shigeru Kawamura, learns of an accident in the mine that results in a flood and two missing miners, including Goro. Investigating the source of the flooding, Shigeru and the others find the corpse of one of the miners.
The medical expert determines the miner was brutally murdered with a knife. Outside the mining office, Shigeru speaks with his girlfriend Kaio about her missing brother. With Goro still missing and suspected of killing the other miner, a police officer and two other miners investigate the mine further, only to be killed by something that drags the officer and one of the miners under the muddy water.
They're going mudding!
The remaining miner attempts to call for help, but he is too killed.
The coroner reports his findings of the new victims, and another police officer suggests they do a thorough check of the mine for the killer. That night, the widow of one of the victims attempts to confront Kyo about her brother, but the other women of the mining village manage to talk her out of it. Shigeru visits Kyo, still convinced that Goro is innocent of the murders, when the true culprit drops in for a visit.
Shigeru gets the attention of the police, who attempt to kill the large insect creature. The police pursue the fleeing creature to the mining facility, who shoot at the big bug, which managed to get away but not before killing two officers in the skirmish. After the head officer calls for reinforcements, the defense force arrive with heavy artillery to deal with the creature.
With the help of the miners, including Shigeru, the army descends into the mine in pursuit of the creature. Shigeru finds the late Goro, and the bug reappears. The machine guns prove useless against the creature, forcing the search party to regroup. Shigeru releases the brake on a minecart, crashing into the bug, killing it. Unfortunately, there's more than one insect in the mine, and the defense force fires on the creature, causing a cave-in that traps Shigeru.
Later, a scientist identifies the bug as a meganulon, a prehistoric dragonfly larva. After a miner reports that they haven't been able to rescue Shigeru, an earthquake occurs, opening up a chasm in the mountain.
What is with these earthquakes? Opening up chasms. At this rate, even bigger giant monsters are gonna pop out.
Spoilers, dude!
The nearby Earthquake Research Center is contacted, and the scientist there states that the source of the tremor was near the surface, between the mine and the crater. Investigating the epicenter of the quake, the party finds Shigeru alive, though badly shaken up, and unable to remember anything, not even his girlfriend. Doctors attempt to treat Shigeru and show him pictures of ancient insects, including the meganulon, but to no avail.
Soon after, an Air Force pilot encounters a UFO and pursues it. A UFO? I thought this was a giant monster movie. Why do they keep changing things? The UFO moves through the air at supersonic speeds faster than they can track, which then begins to attack their planes. The UFO begins to appear in various locations in Asia before returning to Japan. A couple on vacation are killed by the UFO, and thanks to some photos they took, it speculates to be a massive pteranodon.
That's it. It's gotta be one of those.
While watching a bird hatch in a small nest, Shigeru relives the horrible memory his mind had been suppressing. He remembers how he witnessed a giant creature hatch from a massive egg and eat the meganulon that had been crawling around nearby.
Those eggs are big, but are they bigger than Mothra's eggs?
Please don't bring her up.
Shigeru confirms that the creature he saw was indeed a pteranodon.
An exploitation of the cave reveals a fragment of what Shigeru claims is an eggshell, which tests confirming that his claim is true. The scientist reveals the information to the Defense Force and theorizes that the creature dubbed Rodan hatched as a result of nuclear weapon testing.
And here I thought the nuclear testing footage was in the dub edition.
It was.
Oh.
While the Defense Force is investigating the air, they believe Rodan to be resting. The creature emerges, soon takes off into the sky.
I believe I can fly.
Jets are dispatched to hunt for Rodan, but the creature evades their missiles. Attempts to lead Rodan away from the city fail, but the Defense Force seems to shoot the Pteranodon down. Unfortunately, Rodan was playing possum and counterattacks, flying into the city and causing massive damage with his
Sonic boom!
Yep, that's about right.
The Defense Force launch a full assault attack on Rodan, but the flyer remains unaffected. And a second Rodan appears to help the first. The Rodan's attack ends up badly damaging the Defense Force's headquarters, and the Air Force attempt to lure Rodan to the sea as the city burns.
In the aftermath, the Defense Force plans to attack the Rodan nest in the vicinity of the active volcano on Mount Aso. The earthquake scientist is initially against the attack as it will cause the volcano to erupt, but relents when faced with the fact that the Rodans have caused so much damage already. As the mountain is evacuated, Shigeru finds Kyo and the two are returning to the earthquake center when the Defense Force launches their attack.
That's not going to work, and you know it.
I don't know. Maybe it'll work. I mean, you don't know. I mean, we're just going to have to wait and see.
An eruption is detected, and the Defense Force pull back to a safer position while still firing on the mountain. The attack is successful, and while the Rodans attempt to flee the mountain, they end up succumbing to the toxic gas the volcano spews, and they incinerate in the lava.
So long, Rodan. You'll be missed.
Oh, come on. He gets better. I mean, how else do you explain Ghidorah the three-headed monster?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Well, that was Rodan, guys. A very good film.
I agree. Here's a fun fact about Rodan. This is the first kaiju film from Toho in color.
Yeah, this is true. There was one other film to be released in black and white that Toho did before they switched to color full time.
Which movie was that?
Kaiju Varan, which was butchered to make Varan the Unbelievable.
I really like this movie, not just because of Rodan, but the story.
Well, it's time once again to bring Kaiju Review to an end.
I'm Tank. See ya.
I'm Protomet. Also see you, I guess.
Bye.